All right, so the central idea and the overall energy. This is the Four of Pentacles, and basically it talks about holding on tight to your own values and what you have. Okay, so I just feel that, and this is basically echoed by the monthly reading as well. A lot of Aquarius are at a point where they know who their friends are. They've already weeded out people from the past, and they're holding very tightly to their values, their beliefs, and they also don't want to lose themselves in the process. So with it in reverse, I feel like this is the first month in which you're more willing to open up to others, and you're more willing to enter the dating scene again. I just feel that with this month, you feel that you feel that you've been so closed off. So this is actually a good month for you to open up and expand again, which is great energy. And I know that Aquarius are humanitarians, so expansion, especially with dating and entering the dating scene, and also just for those of you in relationships, I just feel that the past, especially in July of last year with there was that Saturn square to your sun sign. So a lot of relationships have not lasted until January. Like a lot of relationships have ended in January as well. So this is a time in which, so all of January you were closed off, and now it feels like the timing is right for you to open up and expand again. So what is crossing you is the Star, which is very appropriate. This is your card here. And it's basically saying that this is actually the most ideal time for you to do this, because the sun is in your constellation, which means you're going to shine bright and you're going to attract a lot of people to you. So you're going to be well received either way. So it's very important for you to actually get out there and open yourself up, okay? For those of you who are in relationships, likewise, this is a month in which, if you've been having trouble with your partners, this is a month to reconcile, to see eye to eye, and to compromise. Number four in general are very stable too. So the Four of Wands, Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and Four of Swords. They're just very, they're dormant energy, but they're incredibly stable. And at this point, you feel like you're very stable, but the Star is urging you to get out there and expand as well. This is also a wish card. So whatever you're hoping to achieve, to meet that new person, to just expand your social circle, or reconciling with the person, the significant other in your life, this is actually going to come into fruition for you. So this is very great energy. So don't fear it, embrace it. So this is the energy for you that has been going on in your past, okay? I have Temperance. This is actually a very, very beautiful thing to have in the past. I mean, you're coming into your own. You're finding that emotional balance. And I know with a lot of Aquarius, emotions run deep, but no one can tell. And that's very unfortunate. But the point of it being, I feel this is more of using your head and also using your heart, and synergizing your head with your heart when it comes to making decisions, especially when it comes to love relationships. So at this point, you should know what you want, and you should know how to express yourself, like to show affection and things like that. I know it's hard for Aquarius especially to express affection, and also to be very to communicate in an emotionally, expressive way. And I know Aquarius would understand me on this, but other signs might not. So you're actually coming into your own, and you've actually had a lot of time for introspection. I feel, just in January with this Four of Pentacles too, showing up in the situation that you're in for this month. You're ready at this point. You're very tempered, and you found your inner balance, and you're ready you're whole again. So it's actually a very good time for you to get out there and share this abundance with other people, okay? Share this stability with other people, which is great energy. So this is what's coming in, and this is not the outcome. This is just immediately what's coming in. The King of Pentacles. All right. So this is actually quite interesting. King of Pentacles is an earth sign. This is a very good, very righteous man. And this, for those of you who are single, is a love partner. So this is an Aries, I'm sorry, a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus, okay? And for some reason with this deck, I just get a very Virgoan energy from him. I just get a, and you know, at the same time, Virgos and Aquarius, they have very similar communication style as well, in that they're both very structured, they're both very precise with their communication. So that would be a wonderful match. So for those of you who are in a solid relationship too, I just feel that there will be a lot more stability, and there will be a lot more give and take, and also doing things for each other. You know, you will be each other's grounding force. So there will be a lot more reliability, a lot more stability, and a lot more comfort within the relationship. So that means it's taking it to the next level. And I also want to tell you, for those Aquarius who, you know, have left a relationship too, I feel like this is old energy. For those of you who've left a relationship, let me know. For some of you who have recently left a relationship with a Sagittarius, I just feel that in this cycle, this person would potentially come back around, and they've changed. They're in a better place. So if you choose to, you know, get back with them, I feel that right now they're ready. They're dateable. But you might not want to do that because this King of Pentacles is coming in, and he is a very stable character. He has a lot of wisdom, but in general, this is an older, you know, older figure, male or female. And with the Pentacle signs, they really like to take care of the people they love. So they're very honest, very sincere, and they love to buy gifts and trinkets for the people they date just because they're so abundant. But they love that. They love to be the mother and the father, you know, and they love to take care of you and to see you happy. So this is just, it's a very practical sign. But they're also incredibly affectionate, and they're very sensual. So this is it's going to take some time to get to know him. So if he is in your midst, or you know, if you're in the process of mingling and getting out there, and you meet this guy, he's definitely a keeper. This is a great, great guy, okay? So if you've been pining for a new love, for those of you who are single, this man is coming in, and he is definitely worth the trouble getting to know. All right. Okay, so this is basically your hopes and aspirations, okay? So with the Five of Pentacles, I know that with the monthly reading too, financial security is a huge factor for Aquarius. And with the sign of Aquarius in general, you date for love and you marry for love. So, you know, you would never be in a situation where you marry for money. Because for Aquarius, money don't mean anything. Money just is like, it's a plus, it's nice, but you live for your ideals and for your philosophical beliefs. So money is not a big issue. However, I do see a slowdown of money in general. Like there's a trickle of money coming in, so you're not in outright poverty, but you are in a situation where you want to establish your financial security, hence the Two Pentacles card. So this is a situation in which, you know, it's also related to self-worth. So a lot of Aquarius in general, for those of you who are coupled up, you know, your hopes and aspiration is that you want to have that abundance to take care of yourself and your partner. And you want to have that abundance so that you can care and love your partner in the way that that you want, you know, showering them with gifts and love and affection and things like that. And you want your partner to be financially okay. So that's a huge factor too. For those of you who are single, you might have delayed dating just because you want to be in a better financial situation so that you don't have to worry about this. And then you can focus on, you know, the leisure activities and the love and the romance and things like that. So this is a huge isn't, you know, typical of an Aquarius energy. For hopes and aspirations, you get a card of financial security. So you know, I would recommend kill two birds with one stone and date this man, because he's coming in, he has a lot of abundance, and he will actually shower you with so much love and affection where your self-esteem is just through the roof. And on top of that, I know you would never date somebody for money, but it is a very nice gesture where you might not have to worry about it with this man. You know, so give and take. Think of it as a bonus, okay? That's very interesting energy here. So this is basically in your subconscious, and this is something that you might or might not be aware of regarding this whole situation. And most interesting card here. Okay, the sun. So this is another major arcana. You have the sun and the stars. So the sun is indicative. It's a very it's the energy of Leo, in which, you know, you are center stage, okay? So I feel that with a lot of Aquarius, they're very live and let live, and they actually, they can do with or without the limelight. So I feel this is a situation coupled with that card where you feel, you know, like you don't have enough self-confidence to get out there. So for those of you who are in relationships, you don't have enough self-confidence to you might feel that you actually won't achieve this, okay? Or you might feel that your self-confidence is still lacking, all right? For those of you who have just gotten out of a relationship, you're in the process of rebuilding yourself and you don't feel completely whole this month to date. And then for those of you who are single and have been looking, you just feel that your turn of, you know, luck with in the past few months that you've been looking, things haven't panned out the way you want. So there is fear, there is feeling of like inferiority, and there's just, you know, lack of self-esteem. But I can assure you, you know, this is a great month for you to get yourself out there. You don't have to date if you're not ready, but it's actually a very esteem boosting type of energy that you will come across. So let's look at the other cards. I have here, this is the advice, the overall advice from the universe regarding the dating situation or the marriage situation and relationship situation. We have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so this is basically opening yourself up, and this is also, you know, great advice for an Aquarius that is an air sign, and they live in their head and they don't really know how to have it's hard for Aquarius to have emotional connections, okay? So this is basically to offer yourself up to others, okay? To express, to relate to people emotionally, and I don't know how else to say that except, you know, to use those exact words. To let your guard down a little bit and don't intellectualize too much, and approach things on a human mundane level. So, you know, open yourself up. Just try to incorporate, I don't know, anecdotes when you go out to date into life so that it makes you a little more relatable. Okay, so that would be the advice here with the Knight of Cups. He's very genuine, and he's I know Aquarius like to shock people. I think that's like a typical Aquarian trait. So this deals a little more with conformity. This deals with a little more sympathy. So when you approach a potential love interest, for those who are single, this is more about relating to somebody, you know, on an emotional level, and it's also being a little more of a conformist so that you don't scare people away, okay? And, you know, Knight of Cups, they're usually very polite, very demure, and just very by the book as well. And they're just very romantic. So those of you hoping to woo somebody, you know, make a romantic gesture. Be the first to express how you feel. I feel that with him, too, he's not pushy. So this is great. So, you know, be the first to offer it up, but don't be pushy. So this is great. And for those of you who are, you know, coupled, I feel like this is just a gesture to your partner to revitalize that relationship if it's been stale and stagnant because of all these financial worries, you know, and just feeling of inadequacy. I feel that the relationship will be greatly renewed this month too. So with this at your as your advice, this is great. So offer more affection and just love, and be willing to share your feelings. Talk about how you feel with your partner. So this is great energy here. So this is your external environment, things outside of your control regarding your dating and your romance. Okay, so the Three of Swords. So for your external environment, this is actually not bad. I mean, you don't want it within, you want it from the outside, okay? So I just feel like this month, the people you meet might come with a little bit of emotional baggage, okay? They're leaving it behind because the Three of Swords, this is coming up in the reverse position. But I feel that in general, the people that you encounter might come with a little bit of emotional baggage, okay? So don't rush into things. And I feel like with the Poverty card and the Sun card too, the way you express yourself, make sure you exude confidence. That way you're not attracting these people who are commitment phobes, or they've been through the ringer and they're not yet dateable. So make sure you project your confidence out there, okay, so that you can attract more positive energies to you. I feel that that's very important because it's just the law of attraction. Exude confidence, exude competence, and just love. That way you don't attract these vampires who have a lot of emotional baggage and they suck the life out of you, okay? I hope that makes sense. All right, so the next card, this is just your hopes and fears regarding romance. The Wheel of Fortune. So this is just, this is not the external environment. This is just your hopes and fears. So the Wheel of Fortune is coming up in the reverse position. So you feel that for those of you who have been through bad relationships, you feel like it's almost fated that whoever you get involved with is going to screw you over, or it's just like this pattern of bad luck regarding love and relationship, or meeting people who have a lot of emotional baggage. You just feel like that's in your nature, or you feel that you're fated for these types of relationship would really emotionally damage people, okay? So just keep in mind, this is just, it's not the reality, it's just the way that you feel. So then the overall advice is here to be very honest about what you're looking for. Knight of Cups, they're very they're able to talk about what they expect, what they want, and they're also very sincere. And I know that, this is opposing energy here for an Aquarius, because you live in your head. So when the way you relate to other is very, I wouldn't say it's superficial. I would not use that word. You're very deep, but from the get-go, when you approach people, you have more of an intellectual rapport with them. You can talk about politics, you can talk about current events, but when people ask you, how do you feel about this? You would say things like, I think that, it's good, rather than I feel. So I hope that, that helps, but I guess it's just, opening yourself up and being very sincere and honest. And, if you're going through hurt and pain, it's okay. We've all been through it. So if you need to talk about it, then, get that out of your system too. But keep in mind that if you're entering the dating scene, that's probably not the right thing to do. And also know yourself. If you're not completely over it, just go out and mingle. Just go out and mingle, and don't take it too seriously, because you're not yet ready to enter that dating scene, okay? So just know that timing is going to be everything for you. When you feel that you've left all this behind, then it's going to be the right time for you. When you feel that you can, go outside and be normal and just feel confident again, then this wheel will automatically turn upside down. I mean, right side up for you, just because timing is everything. So it's all a matter of mind over matter. So when you're feeling damaged, when you're feeling like this, you're going to attract these types of people. So exude a little more confidence, okay? Because you have a lot of people who are offering their love and their affection, okay? And another thing I want to say is, I know Aquarius, they have, they take great care of people they love too, okay? So this is actually a very stable energy. So make sure you are there mentally, physically, emotionally for your partner as well. Be kind of like this man, okay? Be there wholeheartedly. Don't jump around too much, all right? Okay, so let's look at the outcome card for you. I have the Knight of Swords. Okay, this man is coming in fast, all right? The good thing is he's in the upright position. So this is Knight of Swords, your outcome. This is he's in the upright position, which is great. And he's coming in very energetically. So in this situation, regarding your romance and your love life, I'm going to say that you're very anxious to get your point across, okay? Just know that when you interact with people, it's on a human level, okay? So it's don't make everything into an argument. Don't make everything into a debate. So if you have like a falling out with someone, just hear what they have to say. Don't be so quick to judge. And at the same time, when you enter the dating scene, if you're single, you have these nice men, Knight of Cups and the King of Pentacles. They're going to be of different elements than you, okay? So keep that in mind. So the things that they say might not jive with you from the get-go. So just quiet that voice. Just be a little more patient, I guess. With this is a very fast energy. And also, the overall advice is don't rush things, don't move too fast, because this is a very skittish man here. He likes long-term, he likes stability, and he doesn't like people that burn out. That's a turnoff for an earth sign. And then in general, with the Knight of Cups, they're very shy. So don't rush in with this type of energy. You might scare them away, all right? So overall, very, very great card. So just know that we have free will. You're not fated to do anything you don't want to do. So this cycle of, dealing with heartache and dealing with relationships that go nowhere, or dealing with people with a lot of baggage, is going to end. This is all in your head, okay? So get yourself whole first in order for you to feel whole when you're dating another person, all right? So overall, very great reading. I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Let me know how this plays out, and if if these two men came in for you at the end of the month and how you dealt with it, okay? And as well, this is standard of me. I keep forgetting. Knight of Swords too is also another air sign coming in for you. And I feel like in the outcome position, it is very strongly a very fast courtship from an air sign. So Aquarius, Libras, and Geminis. And I feel, you have an abundance of suitors here. So it's going to be a great month. So enjoy yourself. This is a very splendid reading, okay? So your King of Pentacles and Knight of Swords, these are coming in for sure because they're both in this is the immediate future and this is the outcome.